Kanbanwa, Ohio. Kole Michi Kai Video des Watashi no Hanashi o Sulu. Prime Directive. My Prime Directive. Okay, Prime Directive. This was the rules that I had set up for myself with regards to dating and hooking up with an Asian girl. I'm not looking for anything short term, which is part of my problem. I'm in it for the long haul, right to the end. And this is the type of girl I'm looking for, so if she has it in her mind that she wants a short-term relationship, she's with the wrong guy. And I will not go out with girls who are just looking for the short-term run. I'm looking for the girl who's in for the long haul, going all the way. So I set up something I call a Prime Directive. It's based upon Star Trek, because as you know I am a science nerd. 7 rules that I have. Rule number 1 in the Prime Directive: never pursue another man's girlfriend or wife. And I can't begin to tell you how many times I've run into a girl who's told me, well, yeah, I can go out with you because me and my boyfriend, we're thinking about breaking up. Or, we should have sex because, you know, that I am married, but what difference does that make? So, yeah, well, you got to remember this, that guy that girl is with is probably put in a lot of effort to be with that girl. Maybe he had to severely fight nervousness to no end just to ask her out just once to be with her. Or maybe he's one of these guys that just takes a long time, but he finally got with this girl, and then you show up, it doesn't work out. You don't want to get caught in anybody's triangle. You don't want to be in a triangle with anybody. Just leave it alone. Go find another girl. Don't become part of a threesome. You don't want that in your life. It's too much hassle. There's a girl out there for you somewhere. Just go and find her. I mean, there's a billion Asian girls in my case. There's a billion Asian girls. I'm just going to have to find the one that is not hooked up to anybody. Prime Directive number 2, always respect the girl that's with you. She has an opinion. She has a way about doing things herself. Don't try to get in there and start changing this girl and become the girl that you want her to be. Leave her alone. Let her be who she is. You don't want to deal with this problem with this girl masking up her true self. Then you get with her, then she reveals her true self and you can't stand being with her anymore. Allow her to be herself. Don't try to change her. That's always a big mistake. She may even try to change you to be somebody you're not. Have the guts to stand up and say, no, I don't like those clothes. I don't want you changing my apartment. I don't want this moved here, that moved there. Let her know that you're firm in certain things and that you're not changing them, period. Or she can't throw your stuff out because you're keeping it as sentimental value. You have to lay down the law with her, or she has to do it with you, so that you know what each other is to expect. That is extremely important, because if you try to become somebody you're not, eventually you're going to become somebody you are. The two are going to collide and you're going to have one hell of a battle in your relationship. You got to be who you are, she's got to be who she is. And these trying to change each other is always a big mistake. When you're out on a date, don't endanger her. Don't take her to places that are risky. Don't treat her to skydiving on her birthday if she's never been skydiving. Don't risk her life. Don't take her for a trip around town through the bad neighborhoods or whatever in your rotten old car that may break down. Take good care of her. This is the girl you want to be with. You know, just don't risk her life and her safety in any situation. In my case, if there's no long-term commitment, there's not going to be any sex. Sex without commitment is always a bad idea. And I'm telling you this because you don't want a child who's going to grow up thinking, well, Daddy lives down the street, I can't see him this week. You want to be with your kid at all times. You want to protect your kid. You want to teach your kid. You want to be there when they're doing everything in their lives so you can watch them grow up. Don't be an idiot who you know, if you have sex with this girl, she gets pregnant, and you don't really like her, think of the disaster that is. And if she goes and gets an abortion, oh yeah, that's simple, isn't it? Well, guess what? It isn't simple for her. Abortion affects her mind. It makes her feel guilty. And yes, I have seen the cases where they've just been tormented to no end that they've killed their baby. And that's how they will feel about it. Abortion is not an easy thing to do. And especially if you're living in a third world nation, she could end up dying because of you. No sex without commitment. Plus the fact that diseases just spread like wildfire now. There's old diseases that you used to get cured with a shot or a needle or something. Guess what? They're back. They can't be cured. They're spreading like wildfire. If you like there's gonorrhea that's out now that you cannot cure. And if you enjoy pissing out lava or flaming fire every time you urinate, you know, go ahead. Sleep with whoever you want, because you don't know what's going to happen next. You don't know, and you will never know if that person has a disease until you catch it. They will not tell you. If you feel the person that you're with is not good for you, is a disaster for you, then get out of the relationship. Have the courage to call it quits. Don't end up like Prince Charles and Lady Diana, who knew that they should never get married and went ahead with it anyway because people were expecting them to. No, if you find the relationship doesn't work, you get out of the relationship. Don't pursue it. Don't continue with it. Because all you're going to do, you're not changing anybody, you're not changing anything. In the future, you're just going to fight all the time. You're going to have the shittiest relationship all the time. And you don't need that in your life. And guess what? Eventually, you're going to separate and you're going to get a divorce. Always be yourself around the girl. Don't try to be somebody you're not. Because eventually that's going to wear off, or she's going to catch you in the lie, and you're going to have to use other lies to cover the lies, and eventually it's just going to, your whole house of cards is going to fall apart. If you're with that girl, be honest with her, be upfront. You don't have to lay down the whole message with her, or your whole life story, or whatever with her. Just be honest. You know, just be honest about it. Be honest with her, and up front. She doesn't need to know everything right away. Maybe there's some things you'll keep secret forever. Okay, prime directive number 7. You don't need to be violent with your girl in any way, shape, or form. I'm completely against that. Even if you're joking with her, don't shove her into a wall or push her around or force yourself upon her. I've seen guys in parking lots, Asian guys, Chinese guys, force themselves on their girlfriends to get a kiss. Just grab that girl's head and pull her face towards them. And it had to be the most humiliating experience for that guy, and got to be the most unsatisfactory or unsatisfaction this guy ever had. Don't be violent with your girl or the girl that you're pursuing. You're going to see Prime Directive number 7. I've seen girls cry because their boyfriends got too rough with them. And I don't know, some of you guys, you just, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with some of you guys, because you're so rough on the girl and then she cries afterwards, and guess what? She's going to dump your ass eventually. Always be good, always be courteous, always hold the door open for her. This is the Prime Directive number 7. Treat her like she's going to be the mother of your children. Treat her with respect that she deserves. If she doesn't respect you, dump her ass. You don't need that. Find another girl. But I'm emphasizing the Prime Directive for myself. The girl who's with me does not get beaten, does not get hit, does not get yelled at, does not get forced to do anything. And she'll always be treated with love and respect. You know, it's hard sometimes to remember to respect your girl, the girl that you're with. But well, yeah, with practice you can do it. I've done it before.